Hi folks, Sam here. I do hope you're well. I wanted to build upon the last lesson of transposing a melody into every key with a practice routine which I really need to do more of, which is listening for melodies and being able to transcribe it by ear and be able to write down solos by ear, or even to just play along like we're going to do today. Again, the importance of this, it follows on from what I was talking about before, being able to hear melodic intervals and how players play. It will also give you a great arsenal of licks that you can steal from other people and then maybe inspire you to make your own songs. As Ronnie Wood said, it's not what you steal, it's how you steal it. So I thought we'd look at Larry Adler's version of Summertime today. I'm more going to focus on the notes he plays. We could do a whole nother lesson on how Larry Adler phrases things and how he bends things and how he times things. But we're going to focus on what the notes he's actually putting together are today and how he solos. Quite a common tune, I'm sure most of you know it already. So the song starts with an introduction. We'll listen to that now and we'll break it down phrase by phrase and then figure it out. So we're looking for that first note. It's obviously not up that high or that low. It's that note there, which is a G. So we're going to go, okay, what's he playing up there? It's not an octave. It's not a fifth. He will play a fifth in a second. Yes. So it's G to E. So then he's adding D and C in there. Next phrase. Same notes, just timing them. That's a lovely bit there. So now he has changed the interval. So he's now going to the fifth. So again, this time he's going from G to D. Then he's doing a very, very quick run from E and C. And then from E, he's jumping up more than an octave to the high G. That's always a hard jump. But if you remember, as we spoke about in the previous lessons, about keeping your head still, your embouchure still, and moving the harmonica almost like a semicircular fashion, you should be able to get that jump. And it's a really, really good thing to practice. Leaps like that are what make playing this instrument so difficult. Anyways, next phrase. And then he resolves it. Okay. So then ending on C. He then repeats that section with the piano in the background, so I'm not going to do all that. Next, he makes the transition to the melody of Summertime. And as we spoke about how Summertime is set out last time, we're remembering that it starts on the fifth degree of the scale of the arpeggio. He's going to use C as that fifth degree, which tells us that we're in F minor, relative minor to A flat major, common jazz key. But he transitions to this in quite a shrill way. You'll hear it in a sec. So again, playing that first phrase of it with a little bit of a trill over the blue note. So he's going down to the C on C5, hold 5. He's going to play the lower octave. I'm going to stop it on that note there. So he's playing the next phrase of the melody. and then he goes to that low C there. It's really important to think, I should make a segue point as to why Larry Adler chose A flat or F minor as the key to play this in. Because if you think he preferred a 12-hole chromatic where the lowest note is C and the third highest note is C, by playing in that and thinking, actually analysing the melody and saying, well, it starts and ends on the fifth degree of the scale a lot, he's making as much use of the harmonica as possible. He's giving himself the full range to play with. That's the sort of thinking that's going on behind playing this. And I find it really, really clever. And he's done his stuff, hasn't he? There we go. Low C again. So there he's just punctuating the melody. So then he's just doing a chromatic little run on that low C. Now he starts a call and response improv with the trumpet player. That little run there is just onto the blue note. And then the trumpet player is coming back. He's just trilling there, so he's trilling that blue note on, which is B natural. So it's to B flat, and so. That's a lovely bit there where he goes. So that's what he's doing there is often called an enclosure. So his target note, that note he's aiming for, is F. So he's surrounding it with a tone above, which is G natural, and then a semitone below, which is E natural. That's quite a common device in jazz, and we'll talk more about that maybe in another lesson. So he's going G, E, F. Lovely little run again then. So that's C to G natural, then E natural to F, and then G to G sharp or A flat. What he's playing there is F, then coming down. Sorry, so he's playing F, the starting note, then A flat to G, then F, C sharp, then C, and resolving on B flat. Then he plays the turnaround there. So he's playing G natural, C, B the blue note, B natural is blue note, sorry, and B flat, then G again, and then he's coming down D natural, C sharp, C. Next he does some lovely chromatic runs, which are really some of my favourite sort of Larry Adler typical sounds. There we go. He's going from the fifth to the third chromatically. And then just improvising around the melody. So he's just dropping down semitone by semitone from the fifth, which is C, then to A flat. And then he carries on with the riff, and then he's going to do another little chromatic run. doesn't play D natural here, he plays down through the A flat major scale. D natural. So he's playing G natural and E as well on a C major sort of triad. Then he's playing the turnaround again slightly differently. And instead of going, he's going. So he's going up to F instead of C natural, coming back down and just playing a little trill again over the blue note. Now we've got the outro. So he's going F, G, G sharp or A flat, C natural, and then he's repeating that. And he's just playing around on the top octave. Oh, I played it wrong. Okay. Helps if I play it in the right key. So again, using now the top C, like we discussed, to play around with the melody in the top octave. So I appreciate that lesson. It was probably quite convoluted and quite boring to just watch me sit here and go, oh, he's doing this, blah, blah, blah. But take your time, sit down with a song. Larry Atler's great for this sort of stuff, the jazz songs that he did. He's really methodical in his soloing, so you can just sit down there and go, oh, that's a little phrase, and you can rewind it on Spotify or whatever thing you're using. I appreciate that lesson was more about the notes that he's actually playing. We could do a whole nother lesson. In fact, we might do a whole nother lesson about how he's phrasing and how he's taking his time at certain points and how he plays around with bends. But yeah, that's a whole nother kettle of fish, which I won't get into at this stage. So yeah, I hope that wasn't too convoluted, and I hope that inspires you to go out and think, right, well, what songs do I like? Let's stick them on the record player and figure them out. So anyways, I'm doing that thing where I ramble too much again. Thanks for watching the videos, and I'll make some more for you guys soon. Take care now.